And that's the script over there with superheroes. That music video shot Ekasi Alexander. Man, how cool is it to see South Africa in that context right there, man?
Awesome, man.
Very
Awesome,
cool.
awesome.
Now, we're all about, of course, celebrating human rights day, and that we're doing tomorrow. And one of the most fundamental human rights out there that we cherish is the freedom to live anywhere where you choose, given your means that you choose to live by. Now, an individual has taken a step to move from the suburbs to the township of Dunoon in order to experience that entire township life. And his name is Howard Fyvie. And before we chat to him, here's his story.
So this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Okay, so today's the day I'm moving to the township. Today's the day that I shall move. Ah, there's stuff going in my eye. Half of my stuff I'm giving away, the other half I'm putting in storage. This pile, this is the pile that I'm gonna go and give to people or cash crusaders or something. I'm giving this onesie away because I've got two onesies. So I'm living in Dunoon Township. That's a tiny little township about 30 kilometers outside of Cape Town. Goodbye this house.
Dunoon, here we come.
Okay, let's go. I'm not living in a shack. Instead, I'm staying in a house. This is going to be my new place of living. I stay with two other guys, Johan and Lovemore. Lovemore, where's your bed, bro?
This is my section, and this is your section, your bedroom section. Yeah.
So this is my bedroom.
Yeah, it is.
This is the guy I'm staying with. This is Johan.
Of course, I've known Howard for the past 4 or 5 years or something like that. And he's been visiting here, he's been coming.
And that's Johan's bedroom. We do have a bathroom, but there's no shower or bath, there's just a bucket. But you bath in this tub thing, dunk the water, and you pour on yourself while you sit in the tub, apparently. Check, this is a book I've got. It's called Let's Learn Xhosa. So I'm going to be learning the language. This is how you say that, when will you marry? Uzotshata nini. Uzotshata nini.
Yes. Andiyazi, ndidinga i-girlfriend kuqala. I don't know, I need a girlfriend to start with.
Wow. It's prophetic, guys. I told my parents, guys, I want to move into the township, and my parents weren't apt. They were like, no, we don't think it's a good idea. And understandably, I get where they're coming from. But then I started to send my mom like photographs of where I'm living and what the people are like. And within like 2 or 3 weeks, once she'd seen it, once she'd seen what it's like the good news, suddenly her like whole attitude towards it changed. And then they're like, wow, we want to come visit.
It's not regarded as sort of like normal to have a white guy coming and live in a township. White, black, doesn't matter what color you are. You can actually live together in unity and celebrate the diversity that we have.
What an incredible journey. Howard Fyvie joins us in Studio 2. Sure. Welcome to it, man. Everyone's going off about your Xhosa. Very good, man. 2 months into Dunoon. I know, man.
Yeah.
You've slotted into the studio like you've been here for months. I would imagine the same thing applies there. It looks like you've made some really solid relationships in this journey. Talk to us about it. 2 months into Dunoon. What's it been like?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, for me, it's been more like a 5-year journey. So I've started making friends with the guys in the Dunoon Township. I go to a church that meets in the township, and so in 2010 we started this church in the township, and since then I've basically just been visiting and becoming friends with the guys there. Yeah. Until those relationships got like deeper and deeper, and then finally I was like, man, I want to be like part of the family. And the best way to build community and to actually build real relationship is just to live with them. And so that's what I do now. And so 2 months ago I moved in, and here I am.
Yeah. And what has that brought to you in your life, and especially when you consider the fact that a lot of people that live in suburbs are afraid of the townships for various reasons? And what would you say to them?
Mainly that you're afraid of what you don't know. Same with my parents, for instance. I was like, Mom, I'm going to move into the township, and she was like, not so stoked, understandably. And my dad was like, oh, we don't think it's a wise idea, and all this stuff. But I mean, they were like, you know, it's your life, go for it. And then I moved into the township, and they supported me anyway. Yeah. But then when I started to send them, I sent them video clips of like who I'm living with and what the township's like. Within a few weeks, their whole mindset changed once they could actually see what it's like. And so they didn't know it, and they were kind of afraid of it, or just a little bit distant. And then once they started to see it, they were like, wait a second, this is not so bad. And that's what I wanted to do with this YouTube clip, and what I'm going to do with... I feel like I've seen a different kind of side of township life and a different side of South Africa. And I don't even know what the big deal is with it. Everyone's like everyone's hating on this kind of stuff. And I'm like, hold on, guys. For the past 5 years, I've only experienced joy and peace and good times. And obviously I know there's bad stuff that goes down, you know. And
yeah, but that's everywhere.
It is everywhere. And I've also been a part of a church, and so naturally those guys are super stoked and super welcoming and everything. But like, I was like, dudes, like, people have got to see this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just be the only guy receiving all this kind of like welcomeness. Let's film it. Let's put it on YouTube, and let's slowly just kind of show guys and document the process.
Yeah. How did the community receive you? How's Mlungu been received in the township? Really?
Batanda umlungu. Bayatanda, which means they love the umlungu. Umlungu means the white guy for those of us. It's actually hilarious. Literally, you walk down the street and all the little kids, the only thing they say when they see you is umlungu. They just shout it. So I drive into the place where I stay, and like the car gets surrounded by literally like about 20 little guys. I mean, I know their names now, and like they're cool little friends of mine. They're all just like, umlungu, and they're like chasing right after my car. It's a bit hectic because it's kind of scary. They actually jump onto the window.
I want to quickly ask, after 14,000 hits that you have on your videos, and hopefully you'll be creating more to help create this awareness about township life, what is it that you want people to get from your films?
Number one, I would just like people to love each other in a bit of a different way. It sounds very corny or whatever, but basically like, let's just try and take away a bit of the disconnect.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. It's nothing more than that. It's just when you see somebody in the street, give them the time of day, and if you know their story, you will look at them in a whole different way, and hopefully be able to treat them a bit better. You know what I mean?
We pause up, boy. We pause up, boy.
Yeah, sharp. But Paulo, I'm not the only dude who's living in this township, and that's there's many more episodes that are coming, and I kind of. You know, it was started. There's an even more unique story. There's actually a girl who's my neighbor, who's a white girl who's living in the. She's also part of our church in this cul-de-sac.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna have your information on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page and have a link to those videos for you. But thank you very much for inspiring human rights, man.
Kulungile.
I love it. I love it very much. All right.
So
all right, now let's find out what else is coming up on our Feel Good Breakfast Show. Lee.
Well, still to come, more inspiring stuff. Of course, it is our presenter search on 3 happening on SABC3 tonight at 7:30. Do not miss it. It's all about our Durban hopefuls, and let's see who's inspired to make it through to that ever so popular top 30. Also, Good Luck is in the house. They're going to be performing live, and they're here with the Springfield Convent Choir. It's going to be incredible. We're inspiring you this beautiful Friday morning. Stay tuned.